What to bring to a job interview. You submitted an application and were invited to an interview. Congratulations! Now comes the most nerve-wracking part, the job interview. With a little planning, you can make a fantastic first impression on your potential employer while avoiding unnecessary stress. Number 1. Get to know the job ad for which you applied. Take a look at the job ad and look over the required qualifications and skills. Try to recall these points during your interview so you can explain how your work experience and talents relate to the job vacancy. For instance, the job description could include that you must have good time management abilities and pay close attention to detail. You can discuss how you've used those skills in the past throughout the interview. Number 2. Investigate the business and its history. Take a look at the company's website to discover more about what they do. Spend some time researching their previous initiatives, goal statement, and history so you may bring up these topics in your interview if necessary. Referencing previous initiatives or asking questions about upcoming ones is an excellent method to demonstrate that you are interested in this position and the firm. Number 3. Use social media to learn more about the company's culture. Spend a few minutes going through the company's blog or social media website if it has one to get a better idea of what they're like. They may discuss work-life balance, enjoyable initiatives, or even staff achievements. It's fine if the company doesn't have a blog or a social media presence. Simply spend some time on their website. Number 4. With a friend, practice answering interview questions. It may seem foolish, but holding a practice interview in the days leading up to your real one can be really beneficial. Request that your friend joins you at a table and ask you some of the questions that your interviewer might ask. If you don't have access to a friend or a loved one, search up some popular interview questions and practice answering them in front of a mirror. Number 5. Any gaps in your resume should be explained. Your interviewer may inquire if you were unemployed for any period of time. To compensate for your lack of work experience, try to think of some abilities or attributes you developed throughout your time off. Consider the following scenario. You can discuss how caring for a sick loved one helped you gain perspective on the world if you did so. If you've been traveling, you can discuss how you've encountered different cultures and how you'd apply what you've learned in the workplace. Number 6. Emphasize your advantages. You may be asked about your strong points throughout the interview. Try to think of 2 or 3 examples of abilities you've utilized in the past that you may apply to your new position. For instance, you might say, "At my previous employment, I oversaw our weekly team meetings. I used my leadership and team building skills to ensure that everyone felt involved and had a say in what was going on. My prior position as a customer service representative taught me a lot about communication and the value of paying attention." Number 7. Justify your desire to work for the organization. Your interviewer may inquire as to why you applied for the job in the first place. You can discuss the business culture, your current employment, or your educational background. Consider the following. I was fascinated when I noticed your company's advertisement for an accountant. I've heard good things about your company's treatment of its employees, and I'm interested in the projects you are working on. I have a biology background and have always been fascinated by animals. When a position as a zookeeper became available, I knew I had to apply. Number 8. Put on professional attire. As a general rule, dress up a little bit more than you would on a usual weekday. Casual workplaces may just demand business casual clothes, whilst more formal workplaces may require complete professional gear. Being overdressed is preferable to being underdressed. By looking at photographs on the company's website or social media pages, you can learn about the dress code, customary clothes. Number 9. Arrive 5 minutes early at the very least. Making a good first impression means arriving on time, so try not to be late. Arrive 5 to 10 minutes early for your interview so you don't annoy the interviewer by arriving too early. Make your trip plans far in advance of the interview date. Arriving on time can mean the difference between landing a job and not landing a job. Number 10. Bring 3 to 4 copies of your resume for your interviewers to see. Your resume will almost certainly be printed up for your interviews, but it's nice to show that you're prepared. If your interviewers require a copy of your resume, bring a couple copies with you. One of the copies might also be used as a guide while you discuss your work experience and qualifications. You may also want to bring a few copies of any work samples you submitted. Number 11. Introduce yourself by shaking the interviewer's hand. The importance of first impressions cannot be overstated. Before you begin, take the interviewer's hand in yours and introduce yourself. You don't have to shake everyone's hand if you only have a few interviewees. Simply introduce yourself to the rest of the group.
To get latest videos, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon. Don't forget to share with your friends and family.